Zach, would you like to apologize to Jordan Love yet, or are you still not?
No, I still don't believe in Love.
Has he not been playing great last 2 weeks?
He's played good.
He cooked on that game. Yes, the game before was against the Chargers defense, but still, he's been cooking last 2 weeks.
I don't know what I'm doing. This is not the intro. Wait, I mean, you're a Patriots fan. You're kind of like you're kind of not a sadist. You're a masochist. So
Wow.
you could watch the Patriots play football and then punish yourself even more by drinking. Nick is going to be a guy who I think has a lot of similarities between Justin Jefferson, including where they went to college. I'm going with Jamar Chase.
Interesting comments you've made tonight.
I like his size. Innuendo, he's got great hands. He can make all the plays you want him to make. He can get places that no one would expect. Unfortunately, I think he is ugly as fuck.
Speaking of that, Trevor, are you physically attracted to Jalen Hurts?
No.
You took a long time to answer that. Anyone that listens to me, they probably know. Why does Mahomes get such a pass for his bad wide receiver play this year? I don't get why he didn't. Last year, it was never mentioned about his wide receivers, but this year it's an issue. Just losing Juju, who has done nothing in New England since he left, and they added Rashee Rice, who's probably his best receiver right now.
Yeah. Hello and welcome back to the Barely Football Podcast. It's about football, but barely. I'm your host, Zachary Smith. Joining me as always are my two very good friends, one of whom wears glasses and he likes to stare at asses.
Wow, what a great line, Zach. At least I'm not dressed like he's either the burglar from Home Alone or he's like a hipster going to a funeral or something. I can't tell what that outfit is over there.
It's both, but it's more of the second one.
My other co-host smells like Teen Spirit. Too bad he can't hear it. It's Billy Trevscott.
Did you say Team Spirit or Teen Spirit?
Teen Spirit, like this song smells like Teen Spirit.
Trevor does not get
Nirvana?
any reference. He does not get any reference before like 2010.
Was
that Nirvana?
You got that, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a lucky guess. But I'm doing good, man. Happy to be here. Happy to talk some ball. Happy to own carry like I do every week.
Says who?
The listeners that listen to this show and they DM me. They don't DM you because they don't want to be mean to you. But I get my prop.
Yeah, okay. Okay, Butterball.
How you doing, Zach?
A little bit.
Looking patriotic.
Yeah, I'm about America today.
It's about to be an election year, so, big year for Patriots.
But not a big year for the Patriots.
It's a great year.
Shout out to New England.
We're cooking it, man. Another win.
It should be like instead of a shout out, it should be like a whisper out to New England. They are bad, dude.
See, they're like the stat that came out. NFL teams this season, when allowing 10 points or less in a game, they are 50-0. Meanwhile, the Patriots are 1-2 while allowing 10 points or less. That's pretty good.
Shout out to Eastside joining us early.
Asai, good to see you, brother.
Our favorite Texas fan, which we'll talk about a little bit.
Yeah, let's talk about what we're drinking, and let's talk about the college football playoff a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
What are you guys drinking tonight?
Well, Zach, since you're a little patriotic, I'm going to be a little patriotic to the day of the week. And, it is Wednesday, so a little wine Wednesday never hurt nobody.
It is Tuesday, you moron.
Okay, but it drops on a Wednesday, so I'm with the listeners right now. Guys, I'm with you. I hope you guys are enjoying a beverage as well. Sauvignon Blanc, New Zealand.
It's called Sauvignon. Sauvignon Blanc? Is actually
yeah. But yeah, I'm sipping a little wine tonight. If Aaron Kinney on the Beerly Hockey Podcast can drink high noons on a Beerly Hockey Podcast, I can have a glass of wine here and there.
You guys have been sucking with beer lately. I'm the only one that's consistently drank beer in like the last 2 weeks.
I had beer last week.
You were drinking Fireball 1 week.
I also had beer last week. What are you talking about?
You drank beer like once this year, Trevor.
That's not true, man. That's fake news. and I wish we had a fact checker on this show.
Purdy is number one. I agree with you. 49ers faithful.
Well, we did shots before the show, so we're trying to get nice and thoroughly sauced for this episode because there are going to be some words said. We're going to argue with our fan base. We're going to argue with each other. It's going to be a good time. What are you drinking, Gary?
I'll even do another shot because Brock Purdy is go. In honor of Brock Purdy.
Can I kill this bottle of scotch with a shot? Not quite.
Woo!
But I'll do another shot with you, Carrie.
I already finished mine.
It's the end of a bottle of scotch, so
I like that.
Wait, no way. Not that one bottle.
The gross bottle that he hates?
The Something Brothers?
Something like that.
No, I did not bring that with me. That's not Carrie did not pay up on the bet. It's this one right here.
You left it behind?
Yes, it tasted like dog trash.
$35,
dude.
I don't care.
That was the grossest thing I've ever drank in my entire life. That's worse. I'm not kidding. That's worse than vodka.
You're a hater.
It's absolutely worse than vodka.
I will pay it up on your deathbed. I will buy you it then. That's the only time, sadly. Esau, good job. I am sadly still stuck in these disgusting Heinekens, so I am double fisting with a Modelo and a Heineken.
I haven't had SoCo in forever.
SoCo? Yeah. I feel like I've never had that, honestly.
So what are you drinking, Carrie? You said Heineken?
Back to these shitty Heinekens and Modelo. Round these off a mango.
Well, like you saw in the intro, Carrie is a masochist, so...
Why does this joke keep happening every week? I'm like...
Okay, guys, I have an exciting new scotch tonight. I'm drinking scotch because I'm not feeling great, guys. I'm not feeling great.
I mean, if you're a Jags fan, why are you feeling great at all?
It was a tough game. I'm just gonna move my camera down so you can see me hugging this bottle of scotch. But it was a tough game. Our defense decided they weren't gonna play at all. Our quarterback got hurt. Our left tackle got hurt. Defensive tackle got hurt. We had a corner get hurt. It was just a bad game. It was a bad game overall. Offense played okay. This is why I wanted them to do something with the backup quarterback position in the offseason, so we didn't end up with CJ fucking Beathard as our quarterback.
He was fine.
No, he sucks. He looked
fine.
like a scared kitten out on the football field.
A scared kitten.
But
Yes.
Is Nathan
Did you see him? Anytime he had to try and throw the ball past like 5 yards, he was like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Maybe I'll just run and then fumble and then get lucky and have my wide receiver fall on it.
Is Nathan Rourke still there?
Beathard, bro.
Yes, he is still there.
Zach, I do want to say, I forget what this guy's name was. That little guy who I'd never heard of before until last night, like number 11, I think. He was good. The little wide receiver.
Parker Washington?
Yeah, he was good.
Yeah, rookie. He's one of the guys that Jags fans have been clamoring to see more of this year. It was cool to see him. He is good. He's good.
I don't know. Tank Dell cooks, man.
But this is what a 15-year scotch looks like, Carrie. I know you don't know what it looks like, so here you go.
He did, instead of 15-year scotch, he got you a $15 scotch.
It was 30, you liar.
Yeah.
He said, I knew it was 15 something.
So this is a Glenfiddich single malt Scotch whiskey. It's their Solera 15. It's a warm and spicy single malt.
Ooh.
It's matured for 15 years in bourbon, new oak, and sherry cask.
That sounds like Josh Giddey.
Before harmonizing in our unique Solera vat. So there you go. This is about I believe, $60 or $70 scotch. So it might be even more than that.
Wow, he's a fancy little guy.
I like expensive scotch, dude. Expensive scotch. I tell you what, I even asked my dad, who hates scotch, but they went on a trip to Scotland, and they went into a distillery, and he was like, yeah, the difference between like aged scotch and just like scotch is like night and day. It's so much smoother aged. So cheers to that. I got the glass out. I got the crystal going.
You look sophisticated, spicy. My brother.
Spicy. All right. So, to get into this show, college football playoff. How do you guys think the committee did? How do you think the games are going to play out, especially the first games?
I say we take a step back first before we jump. Let's just talk about the championship games last week. If there's anything we want to talk about. Oregon Washington was a pretty good game.
The Penix man did it. The
thing is, he's just been so underwhelming lately.
Just hate on the Penix man.
I've loved. He had a great start of the year, but he's kind of been quiet since. I just don't think he deserves the Heisman, which seems to be a dark rumor that he could win it just because they're undefeated.
I don't think he's going to win the Heisman.
Nah, you can't. Nah, Jaden Daniels had like 50 touchdowns, bro.
If Daniels doesn't win it, I think Penix does.
He also didn't play good against any stiff competition. Granted, Penix didn't play much stiff competition all year long.
Marvin shouldn't have been in there either.
Marvin Harrison definitely should not have been in there.
Neighbors had better. Neighbors either had better or close stats to what Harrison did.
I think there was 3 guys that deserved it as much, if not maybe just a tiny little bit less than Marvin Harrison. The guy from Washington and the guy from Oregon.
What are you talking about?
The receivers.
Oh,
deserve to be in the Heisman finalists more than those guys. I mean, Marvin Harrison hasn't had an incredible year. Like, he's not going to win. He's
a horrible quarterback.
Where he should. Yeah, McCord's terrible. He's in the transfer portal. See where he ends up. But
there's a couple guys. Cam Ward's the big one in the portal. Also,
DJ Ugalele.
That guy sucks. He shouldn't have
go.
He's in the transfer portal again.
He's gonna go to a bus somewhere.
Maybe he ends up back in the ACC. He goes to like Wake Forest or something. I don't know.
Sounds like
Trevor Etienne is leaving too. Sadly,
it sounds like Archie will stay though. Surprising with Ewers coming back most likely. Sorry,
that is surprising that he stays.
Yeah, I thought he'd go somewhere else, but
go to Tennessee. They need a quarterback. Oh, shout out Randy Daytona. I think my first interaction with him was on Ted's podcast. So shout out to Randy Daytona. Welcome to the Beerly fam.
Brock Purdy legend.
Wait, Terry, you said Nick Ewers will probably stay?
What? It sounds like Ewers is going to stay another year.
Okay, but listen. If he wins a national championship, would you say he's out?
I don't know. It kind of depends on it. He's going to look at the draft. Do we all think Ewers is first round pick? I feel like he isn't right. Maybe he's a second round, but I don't think he's going to be in the first.
I don't think he's a top quarterback in the draft.
But if he comes back next year and has a really good year with 9.
Granted, if he throws for like 5 touchdowns in the semifinal and the final.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
If he's a second round pick right now, he's 2 good games away from probably being like a late first round pick.
True. And speaking of, he absolutely balled against Oklahoma State. He played basically perfect in that game.
Shame he didn't ball out against Oklahoma. Anyway.
I did want to say, as a Gators fan, as a University of Florida fan who has truly never wavered in all kinds of weather, Gators stick together. But, man, it was such a successful season this year. Watching Georgia and Florida State fall out of the college football playoff at the same time and just seeing the sheer disappointment. There's nothing better. When you're down, the only thing better is when your enemies are below you. And
your enemies are definitely not below you, dude.
No, but they were for a second.
They don't even think about you, bro. Nobody cares.
Listen, that was very funny as a Florida Gators fan to watch Georgia and Florida State fall out, especially undefeated, bro. 13-0. They won the ACC.
So, what do you guys think that they made the right decision? The College Football Playoff Committee?
I think they made the decision I would have made, but I don't necessarily. I wouldn't say it's the right decision, but I would have made the same decision.
I don't,
because it matters.
Nobody wanted
your best player or your second best player.
Nobody wanted to see Florida State there, besides Florida State fans. But I mean, obviously they proved that. I mean, undefeated, they should have been there, but the best team went in. Well, I don't even know I think Georgia's a better team than Bama. I think Bama just played better last weekend.
Okay, so I think this is a horrible decision. I think it's bad all around.
I just can't wait till the 12-team playoff. That fixes everything.
It also,
but then that 13th team is going to be like, how did they make that decision?
Yeah, but the 13 team, like if you look at the top 12 teams this year, who are you going to put it? Who? It's going to be like Arizona and Louisville fighting about not getting in. Like, should he be there in the first place? Like,
no, I think because like a lot of these, when the big playoff starts happening, there's not going to be a lot of like lower seeds that like win these football games. I don't think, especially like the worst two teams. I don't expect them to like win very often.
Unfortunately, I need Eastside to cover his ears. Out of like the top 8 teams in college football, Texas had the worst loss coming in, which is why I believe.
Did they lose to Oklahoma?
Huh? Yeah, they lost to Oklahoma. So Texas had the worst loss going in, and that's why I think they should have been left out, even though they beat Bama.
There's no reason.
That was in like September.
Does September not matter that they beat them by 2 scores?
It does matter.
There's no way Bama.
But they also 2 weeks later lost to Oklahoma.
Bama almost lost to US, and they got lucky and barely beat Auburn 2 weeks ago. There's no reason Texas should not beat Bama.
I don't think. Listen. I think if you leave a team out of those 4, I think it's easier to make the case that Texas gets left out than any other team. Unless you want to go the route that Michigan cheated, so they should be left out.
That's also
which you could make that argument. I don't necessarily agree with it, but you could make that argument.
So if they beat them head-to-head in September, just September doesn't matter? Should we just not?
It does matter, but also a team went undefeated and won a Power 5 conference.
And they also lost their best quarterback, their best player.
And Texas they continued to win without him.
Texas lost 1 game in the last 15 seconds of the game.
But but they lost 1 game and they beat Alabama. So I think it came down. I think they made the right decision with the first 3. I think the number 4 spot came down to Florida State, Bama, and Georgia, and because you have to eliminate one team first. I think the easiest thing to do was just to kill off Georgia because they just lost to another team. And it was the week before.
Do you agree with me that obviously Alabama beat them, so they should be in? But do you think Georgia was a better team than Bama? They just got better this weekend.
Yes, but
it matters that they won.
Yeah,
like they were going to be very close. You can't put Bama behind them. They just beat them right now.
Yeah, so I agree. You couldn't put Bama behind them. I agree you couldn't put Bama behind them, which is why I think I think that Texas with the worst loss has to lose out to a conference champion that's undefeated.
But it shows they care about the quarterbacks. They care about Jordan Travis getting hurt.
Yeah, but it's also a 53 or not a 53-man roster. It's like a 112-man roster on college football teams. But it also matters that the team still found ways to win without Jordan Travis.
They barely beat a mediocre Louisville team.
Louisville's ranked.
Louisville isn't great.
They're ranked.
They're in the AAC. ACC, whatever it is.
The AAC. That is a conference, but not the correct one.
Louisville is not good.
Florida State
did great defense, they had great wide receivers, but
I think they're a good team, and everybody knows they're a good team. But you have to be a great team to be in the playoffs, and they're not a great team without Jordan
Oklahoma
Travis.
A great team?
No.
Oklahoma, they played pretty well. They fell off the end, but they were for a while.
Is Oklahoma ranked?
Yeah, they're like 10. Or 8. I think they're 8.
I think I would have made the same decision, though. I would have went 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that.
Yeah.
The only spot that would have been open would have been 4. I would have had to decide between Florida State, Bama, and Georgia. I think I barely would have taken Bama over Florida State. But I would have taken Jordan Travis into consideration.
Oklahoma finished 3rd in their conference.
Yeah, 12th overall. They lost to...
What did Penn State finish?
Like 9th or 10th? I think.
I'm just saying undefeated conference champion of a Power 5 conference should get in. I mean, we want to talk about strength of schedule. Look at Michigan. They went undefeated. They beat 2 teams all year.
I would have taken Florida State over Alabama, not over Texas. Head-to-head matters. Also, a 6-team playoff this year would have worked for everything.
Wait, Kerry, you would have taken Florida State over Alabama for number 4?
I think you have to, being them
But
undefeated.
Alabama is ranked 6th, and they beat the number 1
So you don't
team.
care at all about the injury, Kerry? Because that's fair if you don't. Like,
No,
it's not like a formula for this.
I do, but I think it's undefeated. You still have to take them in. I don't.
Yeah,
I think there's obviously an SEC bias, and that's what helped.
SEC got beat by the ACC this year.
They're not going to leave an SEC team out of the playoffs. Like, this is not going to happen.
But, like, in the same breath, can you leave out a 1-loss Alabama team?
Alabama did not impress anybody this year. They played a lot better in the second half, but wasn't an Alabama team that really scared anybody.
But they're Alabama. They're SEC champions, and they have 1 loss.
Yeah, but they got lucky, a lot of us.
So did Florida State. Everybody got lucky a little bit, at least.
Okay, if that one play didn't go there with Auburn game, things would go a lot different.
Did your last spot come down to Florida State and Bama?
My last spot didn't.
Mine did, and it probably came down like 56 Bama, 44 FSU.
It's hard. Who would your guys 5 and would your guys 1 through 6 be Michigan, Washington, Texas, Bama, FSU, and Georgia?
Yeah. That'd be my 1 through, or that'd be my top 6.
I really wish Oregon got in. They just couldn't beat Washington this year. I think they're a better team than Washington still, but
they lost to them twice.
They did. So, no excuse for that. But you're not going to make it if you lose.
They're better than Washington, even though Washington beat them twice.
Kerry, I agree with that. Like when it happens once in a season, but if you get beat twice in the
same score, it was like identical score.
That's true.
Washington is just that little bit much better than Oregon.
Trevor, do you believe in Washington? I knew you were clowning them earlier this season. They don't play anybody. They're not that good. Penix is not really the penis guy, you know.
He is the Penix man.
When I feel a lot about this team the way I feel about the Miami Dolphins right now. The way I said the Dolphins have a path to win the Super Bowl if they get hot and they get their offense cooking. Like, it's going to be hard. That's why I gave them like a 7% chance. But for Washington to get hot and outscore their problems for 2 games is hard, but it's not that hard. It's 2 games. So I give the Dolphins like a 7% chance. I'll give Washington like at least like 14, maybe at least 14 or 15% chance of winning the whole thing. But a respectable chance. There's only 4 teams, you know.
Do we want to pick the games this week or wait till?
I'll wait. We'll wait. What's the next college game coming up? I think it's the Armed Forces Bowl, right?
Yeah, it's the only game this weekend. Army, Navy, both 5 and 6.
Oh so like God!
Saturday.
It's fun to watch Army, Navy, dude. Those guys care.
What do you do in North Korea where they make you watch like one news station? What is that called?
Authoritarianism? I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Let me just read to you the starting quarterbacks for Army and Navy's passing stats this season. For Army, we got B. Daly. He's 53 for 106 for 859 yards, 6 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. And then we got for Navy, we got Levi Tai, who's 40 for 75 for 522 yards, 4 touchdowns, 2 picks. Different brand.
Listen, I'm just gonna say what everyone's thinking. Okay, you guys are thinking that Navy wins this almost every year. Well, that is not gonna happen this year. I'm going Army.
Wow.
America.
Navy.
Taking Navy.
Actually, no. Screw Navy, because when I bet on them against Notre Dame, they took they changed the guy's rushing yards. So.
That was also garbage. I remember that because I made that same bet.
Yeah, that was bullshit. Army all the way. How about if we're not going to pick the games, let's just, as of today, let's pick our predicted champion.
No.
Just
no.
a quick.
I mean,
no, save it. We got time. We got time.
You can change your mind.
We got time.
Do you want to rank them? Do you want to rank their chances at least or no?
Yeah, let's do that.
We can rank their chances.
Let's do it.
Okay. Number 1. Or should we go 4 through 1?
4 through 1.
4th best team. Sorry, Esai. It's the Texas Longhorns.
Wow.
Hate to do it, but I don't hate it that much.
He hates it.
No.
Number 3?
Just in a row?
Yes, 2 them all in a row. Wow.
Okay. At 3, I'm going to put Michigan. I'm going to put Michigan at 3.
Interesting.
At 2, I got the Washington Huskies. And at 1, I got Bama. I think they're the most complete team here.
All right. I'll go with Bama at 4. I think they're frauds. At 3, I get Washington.
Wow.
2, I got Michigan.
Wow.
Number 1, go Eastside. Horns up, baby.
This is very interesting, actually. We all have very different lists, and I feel like Team 3 is better than Team 2, but that won't happen because they're playing each other in the first round. So Team 1 is whatever. But at number 4, I got Washington. I think they definitely got a serious chance to win this thing, get that offense clicking, get those receivers open, keep Penix upright. You know what I'm saying? And just, there's definitely a path for them. At number 3, I got Texas. I think if Texas is to win their first game, I think, Bama or Michigan beats them in the national championship. I think they'll win the first game against Washington, punch their ticket to the national championship. But at number 2, I got Bama. I think it's all coming together at the right time. They could definitely beat Washington. I think we all had Washington put above Bama, but maybe not. And I just think in a rematch, I would just always put my money on Nick Saban. A lot of love to Texas. They've showed a lot of good things this year. But if you're going to play Nick Saban twice, I don't think you can beat Nick Saban twice, especially with the quarterback play we've seen lately from Alabama. Just the whole team seems like they've come together. And number 1, if it's ever going to happen.
Did you guys see the Alabama quarterback that started that 1 week? Tyler.
Oh, yeah, he's in the transfer portal as a lacrosse player.
That is crazy.
Exactly, and give Nick Saban some respect, bro. He was out there starting a freaking lacrosse player at quarterback, But this team looks a whole lot different. I got him at number 2. And at number 1, if it's ever going to happen, I think it's going to happen this year. An elite running game, a quarterback who understands the importance of not forcing things and not turning the ball over, protecting the ball, protecting the offense, protecting the flow, the time of possession, and then a legitimate defense. I think the best defense out of all 4 of these teams. I got Michigan at number 1. They're good enough to win it this year. And part of me hopes they do.
I don't think this defense has played a good offense all year.
I don't know.
Penn State, bad offense. Ohio State, bad offense.
Yeah,
so, how am I supposed to judge your defense is better than everybody else when they haven't played anybody?
If McCarthy does want to be a first-round pick, this is his time to prove it. Actually, he's going to have to actually throw the ball.
That better not happen, dude.
He's going to be a buck, sadly.
No. You know who's going to be a buck is Jaden Daniels.
I think the Bucks are going to get like Brock Bowers or somebody.
I'm going to buy a jersey.
Why would they get Brock Bowers over a quarterback?
Because Baker's fine.
Yeah, but you want more than fine. They're not.
Oh, by the way.
If I'm the Bucks,
aren't they currently in 3rd place in the division?
They could be in 1st place if they beat the Falcons this weekend.
Yeah, but they're not gonna. So.
Ooh, I might have to put that game on Pick'em. But we have a really
good. Yeah, let's head into NFL Pick'em. Trevor, how did we do last week?
It's a good question. I know Zach was the only one to pick the Niners, so Zach was a little 1-0 lead on our late game. I was the only one to pick the Packers.
Yep.
That's 1. And then we all 3 picked Houston. So, Kerry, you went 1 for 3. Zach, you went 2 for 3. And I also went 2 for 3.
My reverse strategy worked, so I went 2 for 3.
What
was your strategy?
I knew if I picked the Niners, they would lose. So I picked the Eagles because fuck the Eagles. Niners own them. Yes.
Okay. Okay, well, looking ahead, what is this, week 13? Is that right?
14.
This is 14. Yes. Let me give our winners some Twitter.
Please.
Twitter.
Again, follow us on Twitter at Beerly Football, on Instagram Beerly Football. I don't think we ever post these on TikTok because Trevor never did that. But follow us on. We post these every Friday. Get all 3 right. We'll shout you out of the podcast. Whoever has the most at the end of the year will give merchandise, but nobody's really – I think we have nobody with more than 3 wins this season, so nobody's really pulling away in that. So we only had about 8 winners this week. Pretty low. It was a tough week. Everybody had the Chiefs pretty much. So we'll give a special applaud after each one because it's so few.
Okay.
Our 8 winners at John MUFC18, Niners fan from Pennsylvania.
Let's go! Yeah, let's go!
At Sports Bet Splits, 2-time winner.
Woo! Yeah!
At CJ Hale, Raiders fan and guinea pig rescuer.
Oh wait, I'm gonna be a Phillies fan, Eagles fan. I hope you die. I hope your family kills you.
Raiders, not Eagles.
Well, I was just pretending to be an Eagles fan.
At Puffy Cheesehead, 2-time winner. At ATL _ enthusiast, Brock Purdy and Austin Riley fan.
Weird thing to be fan of, but okay.
At Seth R. Broughton, 2-time winner, one of our favorite listeners.
Let's go, favorite.
Speak for yourself, man.
At Love _ season 1, Packers and Bucks fan.
I don't believe in love still.
And at Mark _ Machowski, Wisconsin sports fan.
How about the Skansen boys?
Congrats to all you 8 winners. Zach, another great performance by Love. You're still not sold?
No.
When's he going to sold? When he's winning the Super Bowl?
When he wins a playoff game, I'll be sold. Wait,
Yeah.
No. Check that. When he wins a playoff game and plays well.
I mean, Justin Herbert's never done that, and you're sold on him. That was
better than Justin Herbert, or I think better than Jordan Love.
No,
that was a good one, wasn't it?
That was great. Yo, I like what I see from Jordan Love, man. It's like a lot of guys, like, you wait to, like, see their flashes. Like, you wait to, like, really see a little consistency from them. And you see it once or twice, but it never, like, comes to fruition. It never, like, looks settled down. It looks, like, kind of lucky. But over the past few weeks, like, Jordan Love, it seems like they've settled down a little bit. And their offense actually seems like it's kind of been moving down the field. I don't know if his stats have been tremendous. I know he's thrown for, I think, like 8 or 9 touchdowns in the past 3 weeks, which is better than anything he's ever done in the NFL. But I'm really liking what I've seen from him the past few weeks. So.
I would say that this week was the most impressive of the past 3.
I don't believe in him to be great. I just believe in him to be solid enough.
He's
to
fine.
Have a job there.
He's fine.
I'm just excited for them next year. They have young skill players. They're gonna be good next year.
Shout out to Javon Reed.
Yeah, he's really good. All right, Trevor. There's 3 games you should pick this week, and I feel like you're not going to pick them, but do your best.
All right. Well, the first one is probably messed up, but I think the second 2, I definitely got you. The first one's at 425. It is the 6-6, I think, Broncos heading into SoFi to take on the Chargers.
Not the game you should have picked.
Okay, well, it's the one I did.
Oh, God. Unfortunately, this Chargers team is just bad. Give me Broncos.
Gary, you're MVP. Pick him. You're MVP, man.
Sure, man. Russ is overrated. Russ is not good. Chargers, I don't believe in you at all, but I think maybe you'll win this game. Maybe. Chargers by 3.
This is a tough one. I think the Broncos will win, but I'm going to take the Chargers just so I can be happy either way. Either I got the game and pick them right, or the Chargers just lost another game, which is funny because neither of these teams is going to score a lot. Like the final score of this game, like we're going to be lucky if one of these teams breaks like 22 or something. So
no, I have the final score being 24-27.
I don't know if we're all right, but we'll see. So yeah, a win is a win either way here. Game number 2, I believe, is Sunday Night Football. The Eagles coming off a loss to the Niners, heading into Dallas to take on the white-hot Dallas Cowboys.
Okay. No room for racism on this podcast.
I don't know if they're wearing white, but I think they probably are.
Is it at home?
Yeah,
in Dallas.
Yeah, they're definitely wearing white.
Okay.
I don't know.
Anybody want to go first, or?
Yeah, I'll go first. I'll take Philly. I feel like it's safer.
Never bet on the Cowboys, but I hate Philly. They're a despicable city, despicable team. They're overrated. Dak Prescott is a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts. Dak Prescott for MVP right now. Cowboys by 6.
Give me the boys. Take the lead in the division.
Interesting. And lastly,
will they?
I think so.
But they'll
both be 10-3, and Cowboys will have the head-to-head.
No, they're both 1. It'd be 1-1.
Yeah, but Cowboys have recency bias.
Yeah, I think there's like a league.
No, it's like divisional, I think.
Cowboys gotta be.
Cowboys
would be ahead because they'd be 4-1 in the division.
Yeah.
And at the end of the year, they would stay ahead, right? Because they won more recent. If
I don't know.
That's gotta be it, dude. If they both went undefeated from this point out, Cowboys would have to get the nod. They won the most recent game.
Yes, I would agree. We should know that as like both podcasters, but it's okay. Nobody's perfect. But our last game of the week, this must be Monday Night Football. I could be wrong, but it's the just amazing game of the past, bringing it to the future. We got the Bills taking on the Chiefs.
Well, at least you got 2 out of 3 right.
I know. I told you I would.
You should have done the Bucks and Falcons instead of the Broncos Chargers.
We've done a lot of like Bucks and Falcons game lately. Like, let's do something that like
no one cares about.
It's the battle for the NFC South, man.
Golly.
All right, I'll go first. I doubt that the Chiefs are going to lose 2 straight. But if the Bills lose this, their season is probably over. I think I think Josh Allen will finally get his first big win of the season. I don't know how. I feel like I'm going to be wrong. I feel like I will be wrong, but I will go the Bills.
All right, Zach, what do you think?
I mean, Kerry basically said it. The Bills have a lot more to play for in this game than the Chiefs do. If they don't come out and perform at a high level, their season is over after Week 18. So, just based on that, I'm going to take the Bills in a close game. A very, very close game.
You do you.
This is a good game. This is a good game to think about.
Sometimes you got to think.
I'll take the home team. Give me the Chiefs. The Bills have a lot to play for, more to play for, but the Chiefs have to play for crushing that for the Bills. And I know with all these recent injuries and the unsurety of the severity of Trevor Lawrence's injury, I'm sure Patrick Mahomes would love nothing more than to, kind of wipe out the chances of having to see Josh Allen in the playoffs. They could do that now. So I think the Chiefs will handle business at home. I think their defense is going to play incredible and more than 1.5 turnovers for Josh Allen this game.
Wow.
Stephon Diggs is going to be pissed, too, which sucks because I love that guy. But...
That guy's always pissed. What a little bitch. All right.
Everybody gets upset about something, man.
And he gets upset about everything.
I disagree.
He's been a whiny little baby this year.
He's been a whiny little baby for the last 4 years.
I think he's passionate. I think it just, it looks a certain way,
No, receivers are just little babies that cry if they don't get the ball. I know AJ Brown was crying on Instagram today.
Every receiver thinks they're always open, though.
That's true. And they're not. So.
I loved it.
All right, that's our pick 'em.
All right, we ready for the main attraction?
Let's go to the main attraction, quarterback rankings.
Everybody
the top 10 QBs in the NFL, based on our personal biases and feelings and wants and needs and desires. How are we going to do this, guys? Do you guys want to go 2 by 2?
Yeah, that'd be fun. That would give us a lot of like comparison ideas and arguments. Yeah. Okay. Do you want me to go first?
Carrie said his is going to be controversial, so I want to hear Carrie's first.
It's going to be pretty crazy, man. You're going to be like, did I wake up on planet Earth? Because I don't know if I'm here, but he's cooking. Like, people call Trevor crazy for his Justin Herbert, anti-takes, but that seemed to work out for him in the long run. So it could happen to me. We'll see. But my 9 and 10 really aren't that crazy at all. At number 10, I got Matt Stafford.
Really?
If there wasn't a lot of QB injuries, he would not be there. He's very inconsistent, but when he's on top of his game, he's on top of his game. And, the Rams are a playoff, could be in the playoffs as a wild card, and that's pretty much because of him. He's balled out. He's had a couple rough weeks, but I think we all had him in our top 10 after the first couple weeks of the season when he was cooking.
Yeah.
And thanks to Joe Burrow, Aaron Rodgers, Kirk Cousins, all these guys getting hurt, he's there for me now. I got Stafford at 10. Honorable mentions, I'll just say, Jared Goff, Trevor Lawrence, probably it.
Okay.
And
Jordan Love.
Jordan Love is getting close, honestly. He's probably about 13 or 14 for me right now.
Okay. All right.
And number 9, he's fallen off a lot. Unfortunately, this season, after yet another disappointing season after I hyped him up, he's played all right. He's still a very good quarterback, but he's once again not unleashed the potential we thought we would see in him. I got to L.A., Justin Herbert.
There is no way Justin Herbert's in your top 10 this year.
He's in my top 10.
Hey.
There's just no way. Like, that is wild. I
Just
like
roll
Justin
over it.
Herbert, and he has not played like a top 10 quarterback this year.
Welcome
There
to
isn't top 10 quarterbacks.
I have 10 quarterbacks better than Justin Herbert right now.
And you don't know ball.
I know a lot more ball
Quarterback
than
play
you.
is awful. Justin Herbert has like 24 touchdowns in the year, 6 interceptions. He's 6 turnovers.
Okay, so is it based off stats that he's in your top 10? Because that's fair if it is.
Yeah. I mean, not having him at 9 is pretty low for where we've seen me.
I had him at 11. He's my first one off.
Yeah, I got him at 9. He's not played well. But quarterback play this year has been awful. And that's where he is for me. Number 9, Justy Herbie.
All right. Trevor.
Well, I just want to say, first of all, this is beautiful. We're doing a top 10 list on the Really Football Podcast, and Justin Herbert is on one of our lists. He's at number 9.
Wow.
What a time to be alive. You always hear people say, like, if you could go, like, back to yourself when you were a kid and just, like, say one thing to yourself, what would it be? Like, I would just go back to myself, like, a year and a half ago, dude, and just, like, give myself a pound back.
Okay, Esai, what a call. I'm willing to bet Herbert is only in Carrie's top 10, maybe Trev's 10.
Esai,
What
you
a
were
call
right.
by Esai.
I'm very intrigued to see who Zach's going to put because Trevor's going to put Kyler Murray or some crap, but
Honorable mention is Kyler Murray. Honorable mention is Jordan Love. Honorable mention is Justin Herbert. Honorable mention. Who did you have at number 10, Kerry?
Stafford.
Honorable mention Matt Stafford. At number 10, I was going to wipe him out of this list, but we just don't know the severity of the injury. Hopefully he's okay because it's a very interesting situation in Jacksonville. But I got Trevor Lawrence at number 10.
Okay.
Just because we're heading close to the playoffs, and these
What
are
does Trevor
guys
Lawrence
who
do
like.
well?
Huh?
What does he do well?
He has 7 touchdowns in 2 weeks, and he didn't play the last 8 minutes of the fourth quarter, Carrie.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Every quarterback does that, Carrie. Every quarterback gets 7 touchdowns in 2 weeks.
Okay, if we're talking about touchdowns, he has 11 in like 12 games before that. Is that good? 1 touchdown a game?
Okay, we all
as a top 10 quarterback in the NFL with one touchdown a game?
That's playing like one of the best running backs in the league. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that they have a decent running back and so they run the ball. I'm sorry.
Sometimes I'm like, Trevor Lawrence gets too much hate. And then these fucking idiots make comments like this. I'm like, no.
Me?
He's not a top 10 quarterback. He's not near a top 10
absolutely is. That is such
You're
a
biased. You don't count. Trevor, I am so disappointed in you for this. So disappointed for you.
I'm disappointed you
I don't care about who.
Wait, okay. You're going to talk about my bias. Putting Justin Herbert in the top 10 is bias.
He has much better stats than Trevor Lawrence, and Trevor Lawrence is a much better team.
And Trevor Lawrence is like the Jags have done a lot more.
ETN has had a much better year
than the Chargers.
Jags have a better receiving core. Jags have a much better defense. Jags have a better coach.
And what do they have? 8 or 9 wins? 8 wins?
8 wins.
They also play in a cupcake division.
Cupcake division, which currently, by the way, there's a chance that 3 AFC South teams make the playoffs right now.
Okay, I can't control that every AFC quarterback is going to get killed by the end of the season.
Yeah, but it's cupcake division, but the AFC South currently has a chance for 3 of their teams to make the playoffs.
Because every other quarterback is dying.
Shout out to Eastside. Sorry, Kerry Lawrence is top 10. Shut up. Go home.
At number 9. At number 9, I got a guy who does the job, and he does the job well, but we're getting to a point in the season where a lot of the quarterbacks, you're going to have to do your job, you're going to have to do it well, and you're going to have to go beyond that. So I'm scared to put Brock Purdy any higher than number 9 right now.
Wow.
I got Trevor Lawrence at 10 and Brock Purdy at 9.
Wow. That's surprising to me.
Sorry, Ted.
Alrighty.
Who'd you say?
Brock Purdy at 9.
God, you guys are fucking morons.
At number 10, I have a guy that I'm surprised I haven't heard yet. I'm a big fan of this player. Maybe I'll have him higher on the list. The guy has no offensive line. I got Sam Howell at 10.
Whoa.
What?
Yeah.
Zach, what the fuck?
What?
No. He had a bad game this past
He said a bad few.
Yeah, you would have any quarterback playing in that offense would have a bad game.
He's part of the problem, Zach.
Is he?
I love Sam Howell. He's potential.
How many times has he been
There's
sacked this year?
There's no reason Sam Howell's a top 10 quarterback right now. No reason.
Kerry, he's been sacked more than any other quarterback, and he is second in passing yards. That's an insane statistic.
Because they don't run, and they're always down. That's why he throws the ball so much. Sam Howell's looked a lot of potential. Sam Howell's not better than Jordan Love this year. He's not better than Stafford. He's not better
Jordan Love is a better team.
Trevor,
Matthew Stafford has a much better team.
Is he better than Herbert this season, Trevor?
Who?
Sam Howell.
Justin Herbert has a much better team. Justin Herbert has a much better team. It's not even close. Justin Herbert has a better team.
Herbert has played better more, but there have been points where Sam Howell has played better than Justin Herbert, in my opinion.
I love Sam Howell. Put him at top 10 is ridiculous.
Sam Howell is on the worst team, or he's playing behind the worst offensive line of football. Can we agree on that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we also have to agree that yes, sacks is also on the O-line, but it's also on the quarterback at some points. Do you not agree?
What?
Is the sacks not also on the quarterback? There's certain quarterbacks that hold on the ball too long.
But 55. What is his stats at? Right? What is his stats at right now?
Justin Fields, for example, holds on to the ball way too long, and why he gets so many sacks.
Okay. So for comparison, the second closest quarterback to him in terms of sacks is Bryce Young. And he's thrown for 1,400 more yards than Bryce Young.
And he also has like 17 turnovers.
He's okay.
Kerry, you get really high when you like a guy, and you get really low when he.
I like Sam Howell. Sam Howell.
Kerry, you think Bryce Young is a bust because he's playing bad and he has a bad offensive line and not many weapons.
Yeah.
Okay? Sam Howell is playing behind a worse offensive line. He has slightly better weapons, and he's second in the NFL in passing yards, throwing 18 touchdowns.
Sam Howell actually flashes something. Bryce Young flashes nothing. Sam Howell could be better with a better team. I'm saying I don't hate him being a top 10 quarterback next year, but right now he's not. He's shown potential he can be at his best.
This is okay. Whatever. At 9, I have Trevor Lawrence. Hope he's okay. He is the lifeblood of this team. If he doesn't come back, I don't think the injury is season-ending. I believe that's the prognosis at this point. He might miss
where he threw his helmet and screamed in pain.
Yeah, but the same thing happened last year in the Lions game. Exact same injury, exact same guy stepped on his leg. Like it was Walker Little stepping on his leg, same kind of thing. And and honestly, the one against Detroit looked worse.
Yeah.
And I think he played the next week. So I don't think he's going to be back next week. I think it'd be stupid to have him back next week, but anyway. That's just my personal opinion. But I have Trevor Lawrence at 9.
Kerry.
I'm still in shock, man. Still in shock. All right, number 8. I don't know if he's the biggest fraud. He might be the second biggest fraud. A man carried by his team. Carried. He can't do anything when the game's under pressure. He turns the ball over. Oh, yeah, he gets pushed by his little ass, so he gets little touchdowns here and there.
Wow.
There's nothing special. So many other quarterbacks are on this team. He folds under pressure. This guy can't throw. He's no arm. Jalen Hurts, number 8. Oh, push. Wow. I don't care about a running back at quarterback.
Okay, this is why we don't take Kerry seriously, Trevor. This is why we don't take Kerry seriously.
I can't.
Look at the stats. Look at him
No.
play.
Watch the game.
I don't care
Watch the game.
Yeah, watch the game. I see him make like 2 good passes a game, and that's it. He does nothing. He gets a little ass push. That's it.
If you see more ass pushing than 2 good throws a game, then I don't know if we're watching the same game.
We are watching the same game. 2 good passes a game every week. He gets bailed out by the refs. He gets bailed out by his team. Every freaking week, this team barely wins. They're flawed. Niners will roll this team again in the playoffs. Jalen Hurts is not a good quarterback. Overpaid. Philly's screwed with that contract. Jalen Hurts.
Okay, addressing the first thing you said. 2 good throws a week. You said that like 5 times. If I were to take the time out of my day and go watch the film of the last
go watch it.
And I brought back what I thought were good throws, do you really think there would be 2 a week, or do you think I would bring back at least 10 a game?
2.
And then what happens if it's more than 2?
What?
Do you really think he makes 2 good throws?
Yeah.
Kerry's like George Bush. Doesn't care about black people. Anyway, let's continue.
8th is, I mean, I would have given you a better argument if you had put him at like 4 or 5. But 8 is just, I feel like I can't.
He has nothing impressive. I'll give you this. Jalen Hurts is a perfect fit for this team. He just does nothing to impress me.
Okay, well, who do you have at number 7?
I can't. Oh.
Yeah,
number 7? I get a guy who, if you put him on Philly, he'd be excel. He's not. Honestly, when you look at stats, he's not having a great year, but he's like Jalen Hurts. He's the perfect fit for this offense. Despite having the exact same stats as Trevor Lawrence this season, I get Lamar Jackson at number 7.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence, no way he's top 10. They have the same exact stats, but there's no way he's top 10. But Lamar Jackson's at 7.
Lamar Jackson isn't a stat guy. He's not a stat guy. He's got a scary run game. Lamar Jackson.
So wait, Kerry. It's about stats until it's not about stats.
He's never going to.
Is that what you're telling me? It's about stats until it's not about stats.
Are you talking about they have the same stats or they have the same passing stats?
No,
same stats.
The total. If you look at their total stats, they have the same amount of total touchdowns. I think Lawrence has one more interception, and then Lawrence has 50 more total yards on the year. So they're identical stats. But stats aren't everything.
But unless you're trying to like shame Trevor Lawrence or Sam Howell, unless you're doing that, then stats
I like Sam Howell, Zach. He's not a top 10 quarterback right now, bud. I hope he is. Did you watch him against Miami? He broke.
He did.
He had 120 yards.
For this
120 yards. He did nothing. He had a pick six for the third straight week. Yes?
Kerry, can you fill in this blank for me? I don't know if you're able to think very deeply right now. But in terms of consistency only,
sure,
Lamar Jackson has been a top quarterback this year? Consistently good too.
5. I don't know. Lamar's, he's just been Lamar. I don't think he's been any better than he used to be. I don't think he's any worse. He's just kind of what he is. I'm just kind of.
We haven't seen great quarterback play this year.
He is. Lamar hasn't played great. He's been good. He hasn't been great by any means. I mean, he had that one game against Detroit. He looked outstanding, but we haven't really seen Lamar play great this season either. He's been good, and I'm just waiting to see Lamar in the playoffs. That's really, if Lamar can finally, prove he can play well in the playoffs, maybe that's the time we bring him up the rankings.
Okay.
Alrighty. Is it my turn?
It's your turn.
At number 8, I have Lamar Jackson. He's played well. Again, like Kerry said, his stats are almost identical to Trevor Lawrence. But I think Lamar does a little bit more for his team than Trevor does right now. So that's why I have him above Trevor Lawrence. And then at number 7, I have a guy who people have been clowning me like, oh, is he still a fraud? Yeah, he's not an MVP candidate, which was my point on that entire segment, and it's Brock Purdy at 7. My whole point of that whole segment was that Brock Purdy benefits from the best roster in the NFL. Unquestionably the best roster in the NFL. Now, does that mean it was a bad quarterback? No. But does that mean he's a great quarterback? Like he's top 3? He's an MVP? Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I understand.
We saw him, by the way. We saw him without Trent Williams and Deebo Samuel, and they went 0-3.
I honestly understand a little bit of a quarterback bias when it comes to the MVP award, just because I think a quarterback is easily the most valuable position. But I don't think a guy who plays like Brock Purdy should win a valuable award over a guy like Tyreek Hill. I
agree.
I understand a guy maybe like Jalen Hurts, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes winning an MVP over Tyreek Hill, if things go to plan. But if it's somebody like Brock Purdy,
keep crying.
You can't give it to somebody those are the quarterbacks that I would give no. You can't give it to somebody like Brock
fine.
Purdy.
He distributes the ball, but he's a point guard.
He's great.
He's a point guard.
It's just the Zach anti-Brady agenda coming up again.
He's a point guard.
Zach just sees the next Brady. He's like, can't deal with it.
Because Brock Purdy, if Brock Purdy is going to be one day, that's one thing. But Brock Purdy is not close to Tom Brady's status right now.
Did you watch Brady's first 3 years? Brock Purdy is already better than Brady was his first.
So are you?
I don't like Tom Brady, and Tom Brady was better than Brock Purdy.
Neither of you were live then, so.
I've watched the tape. I went back and watched Tom Brady's early film.
Bro just watched every single tape.
I'm just saying, are you comparing Brock Purdy year 3 Brock Purdy to year 3 Tom Brady? I'm saying
this is year 2. Year 2, Brock Purdy is as good as year 2 Tom Brady was. Not saying he will be Tom Brady.
I'm fine with that. But when you say Tom Brady, I think of the rings, the greatness.
I'm not saying 50 touchdown Randy Moss, Tom Brady's as good as them, but I'm saying you look at their careers right now.
Trajectory.
2 years in, Tom Brady was not any better.
One year Tom Brady had a great receiver on the roster. He threw 50 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Okay. Brock Purdy's had great receivers on his roster his entire career.
Brady had the best receiver of all time. I wouldn't say Debo or Ayuk are great receivers. They're very good.
They're better weapons than Tom Brady had a majority of his career. That is unquestionably true. That is unquestionably true.
Wes Welker? Danny Amendola?
What did Wes Welker do with Peyton Manning?
That is so disrespectful.
What did Danny Amendola do in Detroit?
That is so disrespectful to Troy Brown and David Gibbons, and I won't stand for it.
Troy Brown is fine.
Troy Brown was great.
He's as good as Deebo Samuel.
Troy Brown was great. Respect your elders, young man. Respect your elders.
Dude, you're wild. You're wild.
Wait and see, baby. Wait and see.
Is it my turn?
When they get eliminated in the NFC Championship, I'm going to laugh so hard.
I'm going to laugh when the Jags don't even make the playoffs.
They're going to make the playoffs. Don't worry about that.
I might.
At number 8.
I mean, if they have a scared kid and playing a quarterback.
I hope. Well, Trevor's injury is not that serious. It's not season ending, so relax there, little buddy. All right,
bro.
Trevor, 8 and 7.
All right. At number 8, I've seen enough good this year to keep him this high in my top 10. I think you guys have maybe both dropped him a little lower than me. And after that shit show on Thanksgiving, I really don't blame you. But I got Jared Goff at number 8. I think he can be the point guard for this offense good enough to win 2 games, the playoffs.
He was an honorable mention, but that's all.
You could plug a lot of quarterbacks with that Detroit O-line and those weapons and put up just...
Listen, Gary, that's not how my mind works. I think about reality.
Jared Goff is very...
In reality, Jared Goff has been so inconsistent this year.
Jared Goff... Yeah, I disagree with that. Jared Goff is only good when he's in a good situation.
You disagree with him being inconsistent? He played really good, then mid, then bad for like 3 weeks, and then he played okay.
He's been pretty good besides the last couple weeks. Well, not this week, but also Jared Goff turnovers. He only has 10 on the season, which is among all MVP candidates, I think 3rd or 4th lowest.
Exactly, and he's my quarterback.
Behind the best O-line in football, or one of the best O-line in football.
Does he not have a great team around him, Trevor?
Gary, he can't change that. I can't change
that. You just said the same thing about Brock Purdy, but Jared Goff gets away with it?
That's not what I said.
That's what you just said when you're talking about Purdy.
No, it's not.
You said Brock Purdy benefits the great team around him, but Jared Goff does not?
Dak said that. I did not say that.
Yes, you did.
Eastside, shout out to Eastside. No one better have Jared Goff in their top 10. Good joke, Trev.
Jared Goff is a perfect for their system. No. He's not a great quarterback. I love the Lions. I love Jared Goff, but he's not that good.
You want to hear what I said about Brock Purdy? Because that is not what I said about Brock Purdy.
Yeah, you're going to change your mind. Go back and listen to the last.
I said no, because you'll remember me saying this. This is exactly what I said. I said he's a guy that is good at doing his job and good at doing it consistently, but we're getting to a time where you're going to have to do a little bit more than that.
Yeah,
and I have never seen Brock Purdy do that.
As he just threw.
And I think Jared Goff can do that.
Best team in the NFL.
They're both in good situation.
All right.
And number 7, CJ Stroud.
Okay.
Love it.
That is racist.
Love what I've seen from him, but there are 6 guys better.
That's just racism.
Don't you have – who is your 7 and 8 again?
Lamar and Hurts.
Okay.
All right. Carrie. 6 and 5.
All right. This is going to be the one I'm going to get the most hate for of all time.
I know what you're going to say.
Gosh, if you say anything about this man, they will throw you off into a room with one. They might shoot you. If you say anything wrong about him.
Here, your list is up.
This man gets every excuse in the book. I don't care. Yeah, he's won Super Bowls. He's MVPs. That doesn't make him untouchable. He's played mediocre crap this year. Patrick Mahomes is number 6. Yes, he's a very good quarterback. He has not looked at all this season. I don't care. He's the same weapons he had last year. Rashee Rice is better than Juju. There's something off with Mahomes. Is it Bieniemy? Bieniemy, whatever his name is.
Don't they have what's his face as OC?
Nagy.
Yeah.
Sure, blame it on Nagy. Whatever it is.
Well, I mean,
no. Patrick Mahomes is a very good quarterback, and this is more based on this season. I have him at 6 and not higher up. And I think he's arguably the best quarterback in the NFL overall. But the fact that people say, oh, he's already an all-time great, he's untouchable, he's one of the best, he's already a Hall of Famer. If he's that good, it doesn't matter the team around him. He should be killing it. As Zach was saying earlier. Zach was saying earlier, Tom Brady didn't have that help and he was still the GOAT. So Zach wouldn't say he's the GOAT, but
that's not how Zach feels. Zach said weapons, not help.
Well, doesn't matter.
How Zach feels about those defenses.
All I hear is excuses from Patrick Mahomes. Oh, he has no weapons. Oh, he has no help. Whatever it is, he's a great defense, good running game. He still has Travis Kelce. Patrick Mahomes is not that good. He's a great quarterback.
You don't know. No, what are you doing, man? Let me talk to you.
Listen to Chris Collingsworth. If Patrick Mahomes throws an incomplete pass, it's the receiver's fault. Yeah, the receivers had some big drops this season. Yeah, Mahomes missed a lot of throws. He's not perfect. He's not a top 10 quarterback all time yet. He could be, but he's not yet.
Kerry, you said if Patrick Mahomes was really as good as people thought, I'm talking to him and he got up and went to that. But anyways, I'll talk slow. You said if Patrick
Sam
Mahomes...
Adams in the chat doing his Dolphins rah-rahing.
But if Mahomes is not all that people think he's cracked up to be, whatever, and you say he should win, he should be able to win it by himself, no one has ever done that. No one's ever going to be able to do that in the NFL. One player is not ever going to win a ring. And he hasn't. I agree. He has enough to win it this year because the AFC is not that tough. And if the Chiefs are definitely good enough to win the AFC with their defense, with him and Mahomes on the offense and Andy Reid calling plays. But, and then all they're going to have to do is beat a very good NFC team, either the Niners, Eagles, Cowboys. But I wholeheartedly disagree with the thing of saying that if he was that good, he could win it by himself because nobody could ever win it by themselves.
If he was that good, what do you mean he'd be playing better? People said people literally after that ring said he was top 3, top 5 all time. And he's playing fine this season, but is he playing like a top 3, top 5
Did they say he was top 5 or that he was
Yes,
going
look, people said he's top 3, top 5 already all time.
Where do you have him?
All time?
Yes.
Maybe like bottom top 10. He has not played enough to put him higher. I mean, he's potential to be a lot higher, but right now he's not. He's had some
Bye, Trevor.
Bye. But he's back. He's had some very good seasons. Patrick Mahomes is not. Has he played like it's excluding his weapons? Has he played like a top 5 quarterback this season?
I'm not excluding anything, bro.
That's the argument for everyone. If you say, has Patrick Mahomes played like a top 5 quarterback this season? If you don't look at anything in his past, if you're just seeing him as quarterback this season, has he played like a top 5 quarterback?
I haven't watched enough Chiefs games every week.
He has not.
All right.
I don't know that I can say that, Kerry.
Alrighty.
Because
Kerry,
we're just talking about
5.
this season.
All right, number 5.
I could put 4 guys above him, maybe.
I got a man who has outplayed Patrick Mahomes this season, who when he is on the top of his game, he's very hard to beat. And him and a certain wide receiver have probably one of the best chemistries in the NFL, despite one of those wide receivers being a person that should be in jail. I got Tua Tagovailoa at number 5.
Wow, at number 5.
Yes, he's had some iffy games against some very good teams, but when he is on the top of it, it is insanely hard to stop this offense. As you saw against a 70-point game against the Broncos, you saw them absolutely destroy the Commanders last week. If this offense is cooking, they're hard to beat.
Yeah.
We'll see. You gotta watch, Sam. See what happens. Come on.
Alrighty. At number 6, I thought about this a lot. And I wanted to put him higher because I'm extremely impressed with him. And it makes me look good because I said
Where's
back.
that Desmond Ritter?
I said back. All the way back before the draft. This guy's going to be the best quarterback out of this draft. And so far, I'm 1,000% correct. Shout out to CJ Stroud at number 6. He's playing incredibly this year. I've been incredibly impressed with him. He's, unlocked the potential of Nico Collins, and Tank Dell played great up until his injury. It'll be interesting to see what this offense looks like without Tank Dell when they go up against some stiffer competition, because Tank Dell has kind of been that outlet for CJ. So, and he's also showed mobility that he didn't really show in college that has been impressive. So, it's fun to watch CJ Stroud play football. I know he's a division rival of my Jacksonville Jaguars, but he's fun to watch. So I have CJ Stroud at 6. At 5, unfortunately, I have to agree with Carrie on something. Jalen Hurts is not a top 3 quarterback.
I could kiss you right now, Zach.
Jalen Hurts at 5. He's fine. He does what he's supposed to do. He works well for that offense. He doesn't make too many big mistakes, but he doesn't make many what I would call wow plays. And for that reason, he's at 5 for me. I still think he's top 5, but I couldn't put him in top 3.
Interesting.
That man cooks sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes.
All the time. Falcons are winning the division, and Desmond Ritter is going to get him there.
I don't think it's Desmond Ritter getting
Desmond Ritter. Wait, I already said this.
It's more Desmond Ritter not screwing things up, I think.
Hey, listen. You know what? Anytime Heineke's touched the field, they lost a game.
I get
So if Heineke would have never touched the field by that logic, they would be.
What has Ritter had since he's come back? Like 1 touchdown, 2 picks in the last 2 weeks.
Listen. It's not always about stats.
Cook, Sam Adams, cook.
Desmond Ritter is underrated, okay?
No.
Yes, he's underrated by everybody.
Completely
except for me.
false.
Except for me, who thinks he's okay.
Completely false.
I think his potential is a little bit underrated.
Oh.
All
I guess
right.
it's my for 6,
Yep,
5.
number 6 and 5.
I think this would go a little better if I just did 4, 5, 6, because this is like a tier that I did not know how to rank these guys at all, and I feel like you're not going to like the order of them. But at 4, I have Lamar. At 5, I have Tua, and at 6, I have Dak.
That is shocking.
Wow.
So we all
That
have
is the
Tua at
worst
5.
thing I've heard this entire episode.
Why is that? What's wrong with that? You guys like Dak more than me for once ever?
Dak's been cooking this year.
I really appreciate what
Dak
Dak.
has been cooking this year.
We'll wait how he plays.
I'm not a Dak fan, but he's been cooking this year.
But knowing Dak, he's probably going to have like 3 interceptions on a Sunday night football game against the Eagles.
No, because we don't know Dak. He has 6 this year, dude. We're in week 14, and he has.
I really hope that bet fails for you. Really hope. I hope that bet fails for you.
Over under 10 picks, 10.5 or whatever.
No, it was way more than that.
No,
bet on like.
No, and your Prize Picks won.
Oh yeah, his Prize Picks line was like 12.5 or 13.5, and I took his under.
You should hit
that. I got Rashad White on there, who's gonna hit. DeAndre Hopkins, who should hit. And some
Rashad
other
White was the
players
surest bet of the season, and I called it early.
Rashad White.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 700 yards, and right now
Yeah.
he's like.
He really sucked early on, but honestly, he saved me in fantasy. He's been cooking the last 4 or 5
Like
weeks.
645 rushing yards right now. So yeah. Just approaching the playoffs is kind of how I went about this list. I feel like all of my top 10 quarterbacks always have a theme, and approaching this year's playoffs, there's a lot of injuries, a lot of situational stuff. Like if we were just doing this year only, we weren't talking about records, winning big games, anything going into it. CJ Stroud would obviously be a little higher than 7. Dak would probably be a little higher than 6. But My 4, 5, 6. It's just a really hard tier to rank. Kept Lamar higher, 2 at 5, and then Dak at 6.
Kerry, you're in real danger of having to get a Dak jersey.
Zach, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Was it 3 of 3 or just 1 of 3 to get a jersey? Because Trevor's doubts my thoughts.
What did you say?
I thought it was we only need 1.
Yeah, only one has to hit.
I told you,
For
Trevor.
For a Herbert jersey?
For all 3 of us.
Yeah, for all 3 of us.
What's
Mine,
for
I'm
Herbert?
fine. I'm perfectly fine.
Yours was like Jimmy G, right?
No, mine was Justin Fields.
Oh, yeah, you're good. Wait, what was Trevor's for Herbert?
And what was
Trevor's
Dak?
for Herbert was 66.3 completion percentage,
He's at 67 right now.
win the division, or 35.5 touchdowns.
Oh, I'm good. Mine is just that.
Are you?
Yeah, the completion percentage is all I have to worry about.
All right.
That's
Dak.
okay. What's
Dak, 13.5 interceptions, win the division, or pass for over 50.5 yards.
4,050.
So 4,051.
What's he at right now?
You know, sometimes we don't want to wish for there's ACL tour, but sometimes we gotta have.
He's got to be pretty close, dude.
He's 3,200 right now.
Okay, with what, 4 games left?
There's like more than 4 games left.
Oh.
I think it's 5 counting this week.
Well, he's not hitting 14 picks, Gary, so you might as well order the jersey now.
I'll believe in Dak.
Herbie's going to take me all the way down.
And they could win the division. Kerry could go 0 for 3 on his picks there. That'd be wild.
I felt good about Dak this year heading into the season. I felt really good about Dak.
I didn't, but I didn't want to make a bet on it.
He's played well. All right. Is it my turn?
It is your turn. Oh, wait, no. Yeah, it's your turn.
What are we at?
3 and 4. 4 and 3.
Wait. Oh, yeah, I said Dak at 5. Wait. Nope.
Wait, Esai, you hate the Cowboys?
Horrible. Number 4. I got my boy, my favorite, the new Tom Brady. I got Brock Purdy at number 4. He's been absolutely cooking. Blabble all you want about a super team. Does great. What are you going to clown him for playing well?
Just wait till that contract hits.
Hey, the man's
See what he does after that contract.
The man's living on a couch. We'll see what happens.
You got to show me something to be in my top 6, dude. You got to show me something.
Okay.
To be in my top 6. Brock, all right.
He'll show you stuff. I got Purdy at 4. Number 3, he's been absolutely cooking against bad teams, yes. So I'm still a little weary of him versus good teams. We'll see how he does in Sunday Night Football. But he's been outstanding this season so far. And he's my either front runner or second round for MVP this season. I got Dak Prescott at number 3. He's been cooking, man.
Wow. Okay. All right. Number 4. This is the first time I've ever ranked him outside the top 3.
Yes.
He's
Yes.
not played like a top 3 quarterback this year.
Yes.
And so at number 4, I have Patrick Mahomes.
Yes.
Y'all both got CJ Stroud over Patrick Mahomes, man.
No, I already said CJ Stroud.
He said Stroud.
Okay.
So Patrick Mahomes, obviously, I think he's a great quarterback. But there's a big but. He has not played like a top 3 quarterback this year. He has not been, and it's crazy for me to say this in the year 2023. He has not been incredibly valuable to his team.
Gino's been more valuable than the refs.
Think about that, Zach. Think about that.
He has not been incredibly valuable.
Let him cook.
And for that reason, that's why he's the first time ever on this show I have ranked him outside my top 3.
Bro's cooking right now.
And this show's been going on for 3 years now. So that means something.
Sometimes you got to realize the truth in order to see the stars.
At number 3.
You just never mind.
At number 3, I had a really tough time between 1 and 2. Really tough time. I ended up going with the number 2 guy over the number 1 guy because when I think about the way they play, I like number 2 slightly more than number 3. Just slightly. And at number 3, I have Dak Prescott. And that is his first time ever in my top 3. So welcome to the top 3, Dak Prescott.
I like that. Oh, is that where you're stopping? You did 4 and 3?
Yep. So you just have 3, and then we'll do our top.
I can just save mine if you guys want to go. I can just go 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, we could do that.
Why?
He's a special case. Okay, we knew this going in.
He's very special.
That's why we're late every week when we go live.
That's true. That's true.
Oh, we're live?
Yeah, like every week.
Nice. Okay. So I guess this isn't dropping tomorrow. This is dropping immediately. Okay.
On YouTube, yes.
Unless you're listening on Anchor.
So this was a Wine Tuesday. Okay.
Yeah.
So that means I still got a Wine Wednesday ahead of me. All right. I'll take it. I'll take that 10 times out of 10. And number 3. Wait, should I go 3, 2, 1, or is somebody else going to go?
Just say your third one, dude.
Just say your number 3.
Josh Allen.
Okay.
All right.
Carrie.
All right, my number 2. Am I saying 2 and 1 or just 2?
2 and 1.
All right, number 2.
Or do you want to do 2 and then 1?
I think it'll be obvious.
Yeah, it'll be obvious. Just go 2 and 1.
Number 2. I get a man with no team around him. Yeah, they're a little better this year. But he saved this franchise from the evil draft man.
You sound drunk.
He's made them a playoff contender. If Patrick Mahomes is on this team, he'd probably have 45 interceptions and doing nothing. I got C.J. Stroud as the second best quarterback in football. He's a legend. This guy has come in, changing this team. He's leading this team. He's going to own the fraud wars.
Yeah, it's not like they just played 2 weeks ago.
Team sports.
Yeah, I don't think you
wait for the playoffs. C.J. Stroud is absolutely cooking. He's thrown to a butler and a pacifist out there. He's just balling with no run game. C.J.
What are you talking about? Devin Singletary's played incredibly well.
Devin Singletary.
He's played well. Do you not watch football? Are you admitting to this? Are you admitting to this live on air that you don't watch football?
2 good games. 2. That's it.
Okay.
C.J. Stroud is cooking. He's a legend. He's been the second best quarterback this season. He's absolutely balling. And that's just truth. He's the best rookie quarterback. He's going to be the best quarterback in the NFL next season. Get ready for it, Zach. Your time's over. It lasted like a year and a half.
They're in 3rd in the division, dude.
For now.
What are we doing here?
We're doing life. And number 1, the most valuable quarterback in the NFL. Who gets the most slander of any quarterback in the NFL? He's the only reason the team's even competent. Yes, he falls short some of the times. He just turned the ball over a little bit, but only.
I thought you were better than this.
He's only turned the ball over 2 more times than Tua, 3 more times than Jalen Hurts. I think only 4 more times than Mr. GOAT Mahomes.
Yeah, 4 turnovers is a lot, brother.
Yeah, he takes a risk, but he's the only reason his team's competent. Josh Allen
is the team competent?
The best quarterback in the NFL overall, leads the league in total yards, leads the league in total touchdowns. He is the Buffalo Bills. He's the reason this team is going to be playoffs. Josh Allen, deal with the turnovers because he's the guy.
Deal with the turnovers. If they lose this week, they're probably not making the playoffs. It's week 14.
Yeah, well, it's a team sport. Just get ready for it. He's going to show that.
Oh, but Carrie,
he's going to show up that fraud.
Wait, he's the best quarterback in the league, right? So if he's really that good, he should be able to do it himself.
Yeah. Guess what he's going to do this week? He's going to beat Mr. Oh, Mahomes, I can't do anything wrong.
He's not playing Patrick Mahomes, Gary.
I agree, Sam Adams. Overreaction.
He's playing He's playing the Chiefs defense, and Patrick Mahomes is playing the Bills defense.
So he's playing a much better Chiefs defense than a mediocre.
All I'm saying is that he's not
defense.
playing Patrick Mahomes. He's playing the Chiefs defense.
Is Patrick Mahomes is he on your list of people you would eat their penises? Because it seems like it. Because we know
football.
We know Jalen Hurts is already there. We know Tua's already there. I think Mahomes gets.
I'm talking about football only.
I'm talking about football.
You're the one that brought up a penis out of nowhere.
Josh Allen's the only reason this team is competent.
Are they competent if they lose this
team
week?
Is
they're
off.
out.
This is a 1-16 team without him.
That's impossible to say.
Their defense isn't good.
That's fake reality.
He has no weapons. Diggs is washed. Diggs is a little crybaby bitch.
Diggs is not washed. Diggs is a top 5 receiver right now.
No, he isn't.
Name 5 better.
Let's do it. Justin Jefferson
is injured. I said right now.
Lamar Chase, A.J. Brown,
1, 2,
CeeDee Lamb, Tyreek Hill, Keenan Allen's better, honestly.
Keenan Allen, get
Mike Evans.
Keenan Allen.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Get out of here.
A lot of guys ever step on Fat X6. Devontae Adams. I could keep going all night long.
Keenan Allen over Stephon Diggs. You don't believe that.
This season, Keenan Allen has played out Stephon Diggs. Learn ball.
At number 2, I got Kyler Murray because ever since he's come back, I think the Arizona
Your quarterback is 14. Sam Adams, your quarterback is 14 turnovers. Your quarterback is 14 turnovers, Sam Adams.
Who is Sam a fan of?
Dolphins.
Okay. At number 2, I got Patrick Mahomes. At number 1, I got Jalen Hurts. That shouldn't surprise anybody.
Wow, the Dick Rider chooses his Dick Riding candidates. I'm really surprised.
Kerry, having him at 8 is stupid. I didn't even want to have that argument.
I bet you didn't.
Alrighty. At number 2. I have a guy who I have clowned on this show before. In many ways, he's similar to Brock Purdy, but he shows flashes of greatness. And that's why at number 2, I have Tua Tagovailoa. At number 2.
You guys are coming around, man.
Tua's at 2. And at number 1, Carrie's 100% correct. Josh Allen.
Only Zach sees the light.
Josh Allen, unironically, despite the stats, is the most valuable player in the NFL.
Touchdowns
I don't hate that, Zach. I don't hate that. I hate what Kerry said because it didn't make sense to me, but I don't hate what you said, Zach.
He didn't say anything. He literally just said he was number 1.
He said, despite the stats, he thinks he's the most valuable player currently, which there is a good argument for that. I don't have a most valuable player in the league right now. It's probably, I would say maybe Christian McCaffrey. But
I'd probably go Tyreek Hill, Christian McCaffrey. But at quarterback, it's absolutely Josh Allen.
I don't hate that. I can't. I'm not going to argue that. But I will argue what you say, Kerry. You said a lot of stupid shit in the past 5
I
minutes.
would love. I don't want Josh Allen to get hurt because I really like Josh Allen, but I would love to see what another quarterback could do in this Bills offense.
127 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions.
I'm not going to make a prediction. I think that it wouldn't be nearly as good. The Bills defense has underwhelmed this year. The Bills offense, and when you look at a lot of Josh Allen's interceptions, I think he diagnoses his problem really well. I think the way he diagnoses his problems, he tries to force the ball too much. He tries to play the hero because he feels like he has to. And most of the time, to be fair,
he has to.
He does have to. So I think it's, in my opinion, I think he's the best quarterback right now in terms of value in the NFL. I don't think any other quarterback should win the MVP. I don't think any quarterback should win the MVP this year. I think it should be Tyreek Hill. because he's about to do something no receiver has ever done, ever, which is reach 2,000 yards.
I disagree.
Okay, that's fine. You can disagree.
Do you care about Zach? Do you care about
you have Tua number 2, but Tua shouldn't be over Tyreek Hill?
Correct. Tyreek Hill brings more value to that offense than Tua Tagovailoa, and Tua Tagovailoa is playing like
Tua has balled out without Tyreek Hill in the lineup.
Huh?
Tua has played insanely well without Tyreek Hill in the lineup.
And Hill has played extremely well without
No, he hasn't. Tyreek Hill's done nothing without Tua when he's been in Miami.
Okay, I'm not talking about Miami. I'm talking about Kansas City.
We're talking about Miami. But Kansas City's 3.
What was that, like two games maybe? 4 games?
Yeah, he hasn't done anything.
Okay, but it's very small.
Remember, is Tua not more valuable to the Dolphins than Tyreek Hill is? Are they going to win Are they going to go deep in the playoffs with Tua without Hill, or if they lost Hill and had Tua?
Well, I just don't see. I don't see them scoring 78-yard touchdowns without Tyreek Hill. I'm sorry.
You see them scoring 78 touchdowns with Mike White? Mike White.
No.
Tua's more valuable, easily.
I just disagree. I think there's a better chance of a 78-yard touchdown with Mike White and Tyreek Hill than there is with Tua without Tyreek Hill. There you go. That's my opinion. There's a better chance of it happening.
He's cooking right there.
They scored like 34 and almost beat the Bills.
That was a good playoff game, dude. I wish it was healthy.
And also, Tua's looked better this year than he did last year. Undoubtedly. He's looked better than he did.
No, he hasn't.
What?
He's played a little bit better than he did last year. He's looked just as good.
He's looked better.
No,
because he's been consistently good. Yes, he has. He's been consistently good. Where last year he was inconsistent.
So weird with your Tua takes in the last few years. It's hard to hit.
What are you talking about?
He was played exactly as good as he was last year. He was this good last year. He just couldn't.
When he was healthy, after his injury,
those 4 or 5 weeks, he was playing just good last year.
It was more than that. I think it was 6.
No, it was like 4 or 5 in a row, and then he got hurt.
Did we all get all the way down to 1?
Yeah, we got all the way down to 1.
What do we got?
Oh, there it is. Top 10 quarterbacks. We're going to post a graphic on Twitter, so make sure you guys check that out. Let us know which one you think is the best, and we'll be in the replies probably because we always are.
We're always alive.
Like Trevor, by the way, loved your reply to that one guy that said the fact that Jamar Chase is only on one of these teams.
Burrow did not read.
Draft, brother.
It was a draft.
All right.
Alrighty. Rapid fire time?
Rapid fire. Follow us on Twitter at Barely Football. You want to see all these tweets before they come out on the show. Can you name any NFL player that have the same exact name? Josh Allen.
Josh Allen in Jacksonville, and then Josh Allen in Buffalo.
I just said that. You have to say someone else.
I feel like there's been 2 Ricky Williams.
I'm going to go Maurice and Marquise Pouncey. It's close.
No, that doesn't count.
Do you want to hear some of that actual ones?
Lamar Jackson.
There is, yes.
Lamar Jackson on the Panthers.
There's 2 Michael Carters.
There are 2 Michael Carters.
There was 2 Adrian Petersons, actually.
Yeah, both running backs.
Yeah. All right, rank the 2020 QB draft class: Burrow, Tua, Hurts, Herbert, Love.
At 1. Sorry, Sam Adams. I'm going to go Burrow. At 2, I'm going to go Tua. At 3, I'm going to go, for now, Hurts. And then at 4, I'm going to go Herbert. And then, is it Love?
Yeah.
Love last.
Tyler Huntley 6th. Bailey Zappi 7th. All right. I got Herbie.
Wait, what? At 1?
Herbie 1. Tua 2. I got Burrow 3.
It's just
what are we doing, dude?
I got Love 4 and I got Hurts 5. Let me answer, bro. Trevor, who you got?
You're exhausting. Hurts, Tua, Burrow, Herbert, Love.
All right, who is the worst contract? Derek Carr or Deshaun Watson?
Watson this year.
Shout out to Jackson Clark.
That guy is nuts.
Nah, Jackson's cool. I like Jackson.
Deshaun Watson.
Herbert at 1 is a crime at this point.
Thank you.
To be fair, Sam Adams, it was a rainy day game.
No, to be fair, Bill Belichick against Herbert has been insane. Herbert has like 1 touchdown in like 4 games against Belichick.
Secretly me.
It's pretty funny.
I forget the question now. What was the question?
Who's the worst contract, Derek Carr or Deshaun Watson?
God, I'm going to say Deshaun.
It's getting close, though.
It is getting close. Derek Carr, Deshaun, it's the availability problem. Carr, it's the...
Derek Carr already has two or 3 concussions this year.
Yeah.
I don't know. Trevor?
I already said Watson.
All right. Who's the best backup quarterback in the NFL? Gardner Minshew.
Best backup in the NFL?
I'll go with Minshew. That's fine. It's good.
Tyrod Taylor.
Are you sad that he's not going to be starting?
Yes.
Tommy DeVito.
Dude, wait till Tommy DeVito has a 3-interception game. Tyrod comes in and wins it for him, baby.
Tommy DeVito doesn't throw 3 interceptions. If he throws in 3 interceptions, that cornerback's getting go to sleep with the fishes after the game. Does your team have a shot at winning the Super Bowl this season?
With Lawrence, yes.
If we get a nuclear warfare, sure.
I don't have a team, but
the Bucks. The Bucks?
No.
Is Trevor Lawrence already the best Jaguars quarterback of all time?
No,
not yet.
Yeah, he will be, but not yet.
I think he will be, but not yet.
If Nick Sirianni wasn't an NFL coach, what would his job be?
Probably a hitman for the Philadelphia Mafia.
I feel like he'd be on Jersey Shore as like a real character.
You remember that company that that insurance company in Miami that?
Yeah. Yeah.
He would work there.
I could see that. Is Brandon Staley the worst head coach in the NFL right now?
Ron Rivera.
Yeah, it's close between him and Rivera. They're both.
I'll say Ron Rivera.
Who is the best team in the AFC?
God, this is such a hard.
I'm gonna go the Ravens right now. But
right now, it's the Ravens.
The Ravens.
Who should win the MVP as of today?
Tyreek Hill.
Tommy DeVito.
Christian McCaffrey.
Shut up, Kerry. People got mad at you for even including him on that graphic.
Is Patrick Mahomes...
He'd be selling Nick Sirianni. He'd be selling drones in a kiosk on the boardwalk.
He probably would be. Is Patrick Mahomes overrated? Yes.
No.
Yep.
Right now, yeah, he's overrated.
Underrated from idiots like Kerry.
You are insane. Is Jordan Love the best quarterback in the NFC North right now? Last 3 weeks, sure.
No. Goff is better.
Goff is better.
Describe Brock Purdy in 1 word, Daddy.
Brock.
Purdy.
That's a good one, Zach.
Should Florida State have gotten the college football playoffs this year?
Yes.
They
should have.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, they should have.
Trigger this fan base in 1 sentence. The Niners. Trey Lance trade was awful.
I will never apologize for calling Brock Purdy not an MVP candidate. I will never apologize for that. And I want you, all Niners faithful, I want you to know that.
Want you to know that.
I'll never apologize for that take.
The past 5 years, y'all should definitely have a ring. Maybe even more than that. The past 10 years, y'all should definitely have a ring. At least.
Who's the best defensive player ever? LT.
Lawrence Taylor.
Trevor.
I don't really know, but ask me in a few years, I'm gonna say Antoine Winfield Jr.
Okay. True or
Probably
false?
Ed Reed or Ray Lewis.
True or false? Jaden Daniels should win the Heisman this year.
True, baby.
Probably true.
What NFL team is this? It is a picture of the dumpster catching on fire. It is the New England Patriots.
Yeah.
No,
Carolina. Carolina's in a worse spot than the Patriots are moving forward.
Yeah, at least Patriots have their own pick.
Yeah.
I'll say it's the Chargers, to be honest. Or the Giants.
Who's the better quarterback, Dak or Tua? Right now, Dak.
I'm
going to say Tua because I had him at 2 and I had Dak at 3. It was very close, though. It was tough to pick.
It is.
True or false, officiating in the NFL this season is a major issue.
It's awful. It's so bad.
I won't say it's a major issue, but
it's not a major issue. Even that Chiefs game was awful at the end there?
I won't say it's a major issue, though. It hasn't become a major issue yet.
It's a major issue.
It's affected a lot of games.
It really has.
Bills should have lost another one at the Giants game.
Look at the – now, first off, I want to say this. The refs were bad in both the Texans game and the Bengals game.
They were fine last night.
They were not. They were bad last night. Kerry doesn't watch football.
Giants fan.
Listen, I'm just saying they were bad. I don't think listen, I already tweeted. We didn't deserve to win that game in the first place.
I do want to say the agenda. Zach, what are your thoughts on after last night, Jake Browning cooking? Is the agenda that Joe Burrow's assistant quarterback started to pick up life?
I know you started to make that agenda. I'm not going to say that.
Not yet?
I think the Jags defense just didn't play well.
I'll get you there soon enough.
No, you won't.
I will. Pick 2 wide receivers. Chase, Lamb, A.J. Brown, Devontae.
A.J. Brown and CeeDee Lamb.
I'm going to go A.J. and Chase.
I'm going to go A.J. and Chase as well.
What grade would you give Deion Sanders' first year at Colorado? C.
I was going to C minus.
I'll give it an A.
Who's your favorite Washington football player of all time?
Like Washington what?
Commanders, Redskins.
Commanders. My favorite Commanders player of all time? This is easy for me, but I want to hear you guys' first.
Pierre Garçon.
I'm going to go London Fletcher or Clinton Portis. Or Anton Randall L.
All right.
I like Clinton Portis' pick. I'm going to go Alex Smith because I'm a big Alex Smith guy. I love Alex Smith.
Who was that white guy? Ryan Kerrigan?
Yeah.
He was good. I know no one ever signed him. It's kind of weird.
Sean Taylor's good as well.
Santana Moss. Jordan Reed.
All right. What is your favorite memory of Tom Brady's playing career as our last one? It is the win over the Seahawks.
Get my Bucks a ring, man. Thank you.
I thought you didn't have a team there, buddy.
At the time, that was my Bucks, yeah.
My favorite memory from Tom Brady's career. Oh man.
How about like that pick against?
Probably when he had to sit 4 games for deflating footballs. That was probably my favorite moment.
It's not the injury. Who is that?
No, I don't root for injuries, Gary. Unlike you. I can root for suspensions, but I won't root for injuries.
Would you not root for Deshaun Watson's injury?
No.
I don't root for injuries. I hope he gets killed in court. And when I say killed in court, I mean he gets sued for a lot of money.
Okay, I was like, someone's going to assassinate him, but okay.
No.
All right.
No, I hope someone takes him to the cleaners at court.
Follow us on Twitter at Billy Football. See all his tweets before they come out on the show. That's it.
I don't care what Jackson Clark says. That man deserves punishment. So does Robert Kraft, because that's always what Jackson says. Robert Kraft did the same thing.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he literally didn't, though.
I know. He literally, Robert Kraft did an immoral,
not encouraging someone to bring a gun to court. That is complete misread of what I said.
Robert, this is America. This is America.
Robert Kraft did an immoral thing. He didn't do an illegal thing.
Innocent until proven guilty, bro. Sean Watson's
Robert Kraft. Technically it is illegal.
Trevor would probably be in jail for other stuff also.
Because prostitution's illegal, Kerry. I didn't know if you knew that.
Is it prostitution?
Yeah, like what Robert Kraft did was prostitution.
Wait, what's illegal? Doing it or spending the money?
I believe it's sex for money is illegal in the U.S.
Okay, what about money for sex? Is that illegal?
Sure, we're trying to figure out the laws right now.
Prostitution's illegal in the United States. Okay, what Deshaun Watson did was not prostitution. What he would do is he'd go to random massage parlors. Huh?
It was.
Who?
Because he'd pay for it, but then he'd force after. So it's
I thought he didn't admit to any of this. I thought he has just kept his cool, like kept his face the whole time.
From my understanding, he would do it to the training staff at the Texans.
No, it wasn't. It was third party.
Oh, was it all third party?
Yeah. I don't know. Probably shouldn't be talking about this. Probably not a great issue to discuss.
Yeah, Jackson Clark's gonna get real mad.
I think.
Sad little man.
Hey,
and
Joe,
I still, Carrie,
Joe
I
Flacco
still won't have sex with him. Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty weird. But Joe Flacco looked good last week, though. So good for
Joe Flacco's cooking, bro.
They're better off with Joe Flacco than they were Watson, honestly.
Joe Flacco was the king of the AFC North there for a little bit. So
if he beats Mahomes in the playoffs, I might kiss a man or 3.
Whoa.
Kiss a man or 3?
Yeah.
Jeez.
That seems like a good spot to, wrap things up, maybe.
All right. What do we want to plug?
You guys want to plug anything before we head out?
Yeah, I would like to give a little shout out, as I do every week, to the Beerly Hockey Podcast and the Beerly Hoops Podcast. Just all the guys at both of those wings putting in a lot of work. It's been a fun NHL season, and it's been a really interesting NBA season. So any fans of those sports, definitely go check out those podcasts and those Twitters. But this is a really fun episode, and I'm looking forward to next week.
All right.
Carrie? Follow me on Twitter at BeerlyCarry. I'm the only one out there that's not afraid of Patrick Mahomes. If you want to see me slander him every day of the week, the Mac Jones era is done. There's nothing left to say about Mac Jones. So if you want to see some Patrick Mahomes slander, I'm here for it.
All righty. And if you guys want some legit merch, you can go to our merch link, which I will put in the bio very shortly. But we got new designs. We got the Beerly football long sleeve t-shirt. We got hoodies. You need to stay warm this winter. Make sure you do so. If you guys are at all interested in golf, we also have a podcast about golf. Beerly Out of Bounds. And we have a hoodie design for that as well. And a glass with beers and bombs on it. So if you guys are interested in that, make sure you check that out. Anyway, you can also follow me on Twitter at BeerlyZach. It's right there. And you can find out everything that happens before it does, because I'm Zach Stradamus. I called it very early on this season. Falcons are winning the division, and they're going to use Desmond Ridder to do it.
Is that noise Carrie peeing that loud?
I hope not.
I was jumping out my Modelo can.
Oh, okay.
Carrie doesn't actually drink on the podcast, confirmed. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Have a good evening and a good night. We will see you next week.